What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. I am your host, Israel Rivera. There's my main man, Christian Simpson, and TJ Hopkins. I guess Christian had to come out and leave here. Damn, I thought I couldn't even get through the main intro before Christian left. He'd be back. Anyways, guys, here with another edition of Prime Sports World with your Monday Night Football recap and your Week 14 preview. Before I start the show, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast here at Prime Sports World on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And in case you missed it, you can catch us on all streaming platforms where podcasts can't be heard. But TJ, we had an amazing Monday Night Football game last night. A lot of ups and downs, and that was probably one of the more entertaining football games of the season. Let alone here's Christian. Let alone Monday Night Football. Christian, hey, don't you ever leave the show before I'm done with my intro. Okay,
man, I was muted. Man, I couldn't hear you. Man, get your mics together. You got a illegal cable hookup going on over there, don't you?
I'm over here flying Wi-Fi by pigeon, baby. Hey, you should know something about that being in New York. We got the splits and everything.
Man, look, hey, man.
Anyways, I was just telling TJ what a Monday Night Football game that we had last night. Let's just get right into it, man. It was one of the more entertaining games of the season. Man, you guys saw what I put on what I posted in the chat, right? When I text the text support, the chat support from FanDuel, I said, "Hey, can you please void out Christian Kirk off my bet slip?" Man, first play of Jacksonville's drive, Christian Kirk catches the ball and he falls down. I don't know if he had a ball buster. He had a groin injury supposedly, but this man was out of the game. He had a 24-yard pass. Nobody was around him. Done for the game. I was like, that is just my luck. And chat support just gave me some bullshit rule book. Anyway.
Yeah, she said, not today.
No, she said, Lakeisha was not playing no game for me, bro.
Come on, man. Her name was Lakeisha.
Shout out to Lakeisha. Anyways, on the Cincinnati side, what a hell of a game by Jake Browning. This is kind of a coming out game for him. 32 of 37, 354 yards, 1 touchdown through the air, 1 touchdown on the ground as well. And Joe Mixon personally put me out of fantasy football contention in 1 week. I know y'all want to get it out. Fantasy.
Yeah.
Right. 19 carries, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns. Personally knocked me out. And Jamar Chase, 11 catches, 149 yards, and 1 touchdown. And then on the other side for Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, 22 of 29, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns. CJ Beathard had to come in, mid-fourth quarter, to lead the troops there. Did it valiantly, 9 of 10, 63 yards. Travis Etienne got on the board with a touchdown, 11 carries, 45 yards. Trevor Lawrence with the other lone touchdown on the sneak. And then Evan Ingram, 9 catches, 82 yards, led the way for Jacksonville and a touchdown. Parker Washington with the other touchdown through the air. Jacksonville drops one, 34-31 in OT. I'll start with you, TJ. Your thoughts on this game?
Better than I expected. Again, like I don't think anybody gave the Bengals a snowball's chance in hell of winning this game, let alone looking competitive for long. Right? Jake Browning came in, and outside of those first initial drives, like when he started to develop a rhythm, and he completed some passes where it's like, oh, okay, I see you. And he went down. Joe Mixon got his first touchdown, and then Sunshine them got their touchdown, and so on and so forth. And it's just like, okay, that goes back to coaching. I say it all the time. One, you got to have a backup quarterback that can run your system. I never understood having your starter be one style and then the backup being something completely different, i.e. the Carolina Panthers having Cam Newton as a starter and then somebody like Jimmy Clausen as a backup. Like, that's 2 different quarterbacks. Can't do that. And Zach Taylor looked like he coached Jake Browning the same way he would coach Joe Burrow. And that's how you're supposed to do it. It's unfortunate that Sunshine got hurt. Sunshine is Trevor Lawrence, by the way, people. You don't know.
Yes.
You don't know who Sunshine is. Watch Remember the Titans, then get back to Sunshine.
Hey, I gotta hey, TJ. I gotta give a shout out though to Chase Brown, rookie Chase Brown out of University of Illinois. He was running that football hard, 6.8 a pop last night.
First 100-yard game,
61 yards. Yeah,
and that's another one. I feel like he should have been getting carries out the gate. Like, develop that 1-2 punch, redevelop that 1-2 punch that you had with Joe Mixon and Samaje Perine. Just instituted with him and Chase Brown now. I don't know why it took so long for him to get burned like he did. I think they said something about him. He had a hamstring injury, and how long that kept him out. Sunshine, he got a high ankle sprain. No timetable for return. They're not putting him on IR. That's a good thing. I don't know if CJ Beathard can keep this thing afloat for them. Because they had a shot at the number 1 seed in the AFC last night, had they won. And it just sucks. It sucks. It really does. But shout out to Jake Brown for having the game of his life, man.
Absolutely. Christian.
Yeah, this is a big win for the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, I think this is a game that nobody thought they had a chance in, but just a huge win on the road. Jake Browning just looked comfortable. They were running the ball. And as far as Jacksonville, their defense is going to be their downfall, unfortunately, because there were so many times last night when they were punched in the mouth in the trenches, and they gave up a ton of big plays down the field. Gritty win for the Bengals. This kind of puts life back into their season now.
Absolutely, man. And as we and you know what, my thoughts on this game, one of a hell of an entertaining game, man. And I gotta say, grit to Jake Brown. And I mean, he played damn near a perfect game. Zach Taylor utilized his strengths. Both teams were going back and forth. I didn't think this game was going to be that competitive, like TJ said, alluded to. But they put on a show for football fans. So way to close the week out.
Talk about a tough break, though, right? CJ Beathard comes in overtime, and he completes a 42-yard bomb to Calvin Ridley, which would have put the ball down at the 4. You thinking you finna win this game, and then what happens? Flag on the play, holding, negates a 42-yard game. That's just like, damn. It just wasn't meant to be tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And then as we close this week out, we do our inaugural game balls of the week. I will start with Christian. Who do you give your game ball of the week to this week?
Look, it's only fitting. Deebo Samuel. 138 scrimmage yards, not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns on the Eagles, and he was waving goodbye and trolling that fan base. Look, when you're a player on the Eagles, you can't say, hey, troll him. That's what A.J. Brown said to Eagles fans about trolling Deebo Samuel, and Deebo made them all pay. And that's a statement win for the 49ers over the Eagles on Sunday.
Absolutely. Chris, TJ.
There's so many ways to go. So it was so many players that had individual good games this past Sunday. But I think for the first time in prime sports world history, I'm gonna give my game ball to Nico Collins. 9 for 191 and a touchdown. He just straight up abused Denver secondary. Pat Surtain, you got the smoke. Everybody else got the smoke. Nico Collins, 9 for 191 and a touchdown.
And he did it in the absence. They lost Tank Dell in that game.
And they lost Tank Dell.
Yeah, so he really picked it up. And he's actually their leading receiver. I think he's top 10 in receiving yards as well. And catches and targets, all that good stuff, man. I'm actually gonna give my game ball of the week. I could go 2 different ways. If I had to give 2, I definitely would give it to Tyreek Hill. He had a hell of a game. I think 150 yards, 2 touchdowns against Washington. But I'm actually gonna have to give my ball to future Hall of Famer Mike Evans for going over 1,000 yards for the 10th straight season. He's getting my game ball of the week. And I don't care what anybody say. That man is a future Hall of Famer. I don't think I'm going to get any argument from anyone on this show
Bro,
anyone outside of this show.
Izzy, real talk. My brother said the same thing in the group chat I'm in with him and one of my cousins. And I'm all like, who out there saying Mike Evans not a Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
Like,
no, there's people out there. There's people out there that don't think Mike Evans is the Hall of Famer. I'm like, yo, he's got a Super Bowl ring.
Like, who's saying that?
I don't know. I don't even know. I if I had to look,
like,
maybe you can make an argument because how many All Pros? Like maybe he just barely gets over. He's still 1,000 yards is 1,000 yards, and to do it 10 straight seasons, that is pretty remarkable. No matter who the quarterback. This is a guy that had Jameis Winston for majority of his career, you know, and not knocking Jameis Winston or Mike Glennon, you know what I mean? But I mean, he had to adapt to 4 different quarterbacks in his career. Tom Brady, obviously, you know, had probably some of his best seasons with Tom Brady, and now he's adapted well to Baker Mayfield. So Mike Evans is one of the best to ever do it, man.
I'm looking at it right now. He has 744 catches, 11,437 yards and counting, and 91 touchdowns. Like all these numbers are and counting. 744 and counting, 11,437 and counting, 91 touchdowns and counting. Yes, he only has 1 All-Pro, and it was second team All-Pro.
And that's what's good. That's what I heard him. But look, Mike Evans went for 7 catches, 162 yards, and a touchdown.
But he's been to the Pro Bowl. He's been to the Pro Bowl 4 times, and it's not Mike Evans' fault that they have started to devalue the Pro Bowl. It used to be a badge of honor to go to the Pro Bowl. Now
absolutely.
It's not his fault that they just say, "Oh, the Pro Bowl." Like, man, like y'all devalue the Pro Bowl. The players don't.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, and it's hard to make All Pro, especially in this league and we gotta admit, like you said, if he put up some of these other gaudy numbers like a Tyreek Hill, let's think about guys that played in his era, DeAndre Hopkins, not
even just those.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Look at some of the guys.
Michael Thomas.
Look at some of the guys that's come in and like hurdled him to an extent. Like I bet money they put Justin Jefferson over him, like, as in terms of like who's better.
Keenan Allen, Devontae Adams. I mean, there's a lot of guys that play, that have played in quarterback centric offenses with Hall of Fame other Hall of Fame quarterbacks. This guy's only played with Tom Brady for what, 3 seasons out of how many years? So it's pretty remarkable. Yeah, it's pretty remarkable what he's done in his career. So he gets my game ball of the week. And now we're on to week 14, Thursday night football, as we got the New England Patriots going in to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time these two teams played was last year, early game, September 2022, in Pittsburgh, 17-14. The Patriots won. In that game, actually, Mitch Trubisky, who's probably going to start this week, went against Mac Jones. Mac Jones, 252 yards, a touchdown, 1 interception. Mitch, 33 of 21 of 33, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I'll start with you, TJ. How do you see this one playing out? Hey, man. Look.
No. All right, real talk. I'm sorry.
I don't even know who the Patriots court is. It going to be Bailey Zappi?
Nah, it's gonna be Brucey from the longest yard.
Stupid. No, it's Give me the Steelers. So my biggest gripe with the Thursday night game is if it's a matchup that no one's looking forward to, they like, this is the matchup. I'm like, well, you do realize it's on a separate streaming platform where you don't have to watch it, right? Like you don't have to, you don't have to go on Amazon Prime and watch Thursday Night Football if you don't like the matchup that they're giving you. That's why it's on a streaming service. Like you can literally look at whatever else you want. Like you don't have to watch the game if you think it's going to be a bad game. On the other hand, like if I'm Mac Jones, I'm treating the Patriots the same way Zach Wilson treating the Jets. Like no, don't come back to me. Don't come back to me. Like no, y'all ain't finna keep benching me, pulling me back in, benching me again. Like no, y'all not finna keep doing that. Steelers, I don't care who quarterback. I don't care if it's Trubisky. I don't care if it's Kenny Pickett. Hell, they can call Mason Rudolph and get him back. They winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Christian.
Remember when this matchup used to be entertaining?
Mean something? It used to
Man,
mean.
man, don't you?
Well, it
guys-
means something for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Man, look, but don't you remember
75.
like when the AFC's top seed was on the line and you know the game always came down to the fourth quarter? Like I still remember that game from 2017 where Roethlisberger led him down the field and then he tries to fake and then Deron Harmon intercepts the pass in the end zone. Yeah, like this game is a shell of itself right now. Pittsburgh is going to win this game. New England is not a good football team right now.
I was shocked, man, that Pittsburgh let Arizona come into their house and play that type of defense and play and run the ball with James Conner, who would look like he was a man on a mission.
That's what I gotta
week,
keep in
the way
mind.
he was
That's
running
that's
damn
his
football.
first time back in Pittsburgh since being traded. Like however they got rid of him. So
And there was 2 rain delays too in that game. So
he came in
off a little bit.
he came in with a point to prove.
So that one really shocked me with Pittsburgh. I thought that they would win that game against Arizona. So nothing really shocks me. It's any given Sunday. But yeah, I do got the Pittsburgh Steelers to bounce back and beat the New England Patriots. There's nothing good about the New England Patriots. At least the Arizona Cardinals got Kyler Murray and James Conner and guys that they can get the ball to. You know what I mean? Like, who does New England got to get the ball to?
Ramondre Stevenson.
You know. So, anyways, next game we got on the slate in the first game of the early afternoon slate. We got the 5-7 Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming into Atlanta into the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. I don't know, it's the Superdome, right? No, it's gonna be
Mercedes-Benz.
Mercedes-Benz. We're just gonna call it the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, not the Superdome. It's the stadium. Both teams are still in the NFC South picture as only one game separates each other. Atlanta Falcons are 6-6. Last time these two teams played was late October, October 22nd, 2023. And in that game, they had the Atlanta Falcons win 16-13. I'll start with you, Christian. How do you see this one playing out?
This one can go either way. You know, I think this gets as close to a pick-em as possible. But, you know, I just like what the Falcons are doing right now. They're establishing Bijan Robinson a little bit more, and defensively, I think they're a little bit more consistent than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. I'm going to pick Atlanta at home.
TJ.
Give me Tampa. I just, like you said, Chris, I just don't think Atlanta can be consistently consistent, if that makes sense.
Nah, that makes complete sense.
I don't think they can be consistently consistent. They are, again, it's too many Jekyll and Hyde teams in the league. They're one of them. This NFC South is, honestly, it's terrible. It's one of the, it's terrible. Like, I think
wrong.
David
Worst
picked,
division in football.
man, David picked Atlanta to win the NFC South. I picked the Saints. And I'm looking like a damn fool right now, like, because these mofos can't do nothing right. And meanwhile, Tampa is just hanging in there. They're just hanging in there. And Baker, like, by default, the team with the best quarterback wins the division, right? By default.
Mm-hmm.
Baker's the best quarterback in the division. I don't even know if that's saying much, but he's the best quarterback.
It's not saying much. It's not saying much.
Give me Tampa. I just think Tampa wins it.
Yeah. Give me Tampa as well to split. I like what I saw out of them last week, albeit I mean they were going against Carolina, right? So you know what I mean. So yeah, give me Tampa to come in there and split. I know the Falcons came into Raymond James Stadium and won early in October. So yeah, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fit. Next game we got on the slate, we got the Indianapolis Colts going into Cincinnati. Both teams coming off of W's. Indianapolis coming off that overtime win against Tennessee, 31-28. Both teams coming off overtime wins, 34-31 for the Bengals against Jacksonville. last time these two teams played was October 18th of 2020. It's been a few years now. And that was a young Joe Burrow. I think this had to be Joe Burrow's probably second season in the league. At this point, they were 1-4-1, going up against Phillip Rivers, who was 29 of 44, 371 yards, 3 touchdowns. This is back when AJ Green was actually still putting up numbers for them. 8 catches, 96 yards. T. Higgins had 6 catches, 125 yards. I think that might have been T. Higgins' rookie season.
And that was Joe Burrow's. That was Joe Burrow's rookie season as well.
That was Joe Burrow's rookie season. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they got Jamar Chase, I think maybe a year later. The next year. So yeah. So
like bro, Tyler Boyd is the oldest receiver on that roster, and it's crazy.
He was on that team, 5 catches, 54 yards that day.
Like Tyler Boyd, I don't mean on the roster, but he's the oldest receiver of that trio, rather.
Wow.
Oh man. So obviously you go into this, right? Jake Browning, do it again. Right? You got Bears fans out there spreading lies already, like, oh, Jake Browning has 2 starts. He already has as many 300-yard passing games as Justin Fields. No, he doesn't. Like, he has one. And it came last night.
I can't stand y'all fan base, man.
I can't stand us either, bro. I can't stand us either.
Hey, TJ, Swift God and 2 white men.
Swift God and 2 white men.
Man,
you need to stop.
It's just like how Packer fans like always remind me, oh, you didn't like Jordan Love at first. Yeah, damn it. I didn't like that damn pick Jordan Love at first. Of course I didn't. Because Aaron Rodgers is still a 35-year quarterback.
And you know what?
Weapons.
And you know what, Izzy? You have a right to still not like him. That is your right.
True.
You have a right to still not. Like, so you're the Bengals. Obviously, Jake Brown to do it again. You ain't got to do 355 again. You ain't got to do that again, right? Do I take the Colts? Give me the Colts on the road because I don't think Jake Browning does it again. Give me Gardner Minshew. Give me Minshew Mania.
Christian.
Man, this one can go either way. Like, playing really well. This is a pick 'em if I ever saw one. I mean, the Colts are playing really well. They got that gritty win on the road. I really like what Gardner Minshew has been doing. These receivers are getting up for him. Defensively, they haven't looked all that bad. The Bengals, they won that big game the other day. Go ahead, TJ.
I'm sorry. I just think what helped Jake Browning was they had the run game was crazy.
If that can get going again, what's that do? That forces the Colts to do what? Load the box, and Jake Browning can use what? Play action to take a shot over the top.
And that means somebody 1-on-1.
And look, that's barbecue. That's barbecue chicken.
That's barbecue chicken.
I promise you, it's BBQ chicken, baby.
Definitely BBQ chicken right there.
Man, this one can really go either way. I'm gonna go the Colts, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals won because TJ brought up a good point. Okay, Jake, you did it in one game. Let's see you do it again.
Oh man, this is a tough one for me. I
can definitely see you gambling on this one too.
I could too.
Oh man, this is gonna be a nice little high scoring game. Whoo!
David, do we need to call? I mean, Izzy, do we need to call somebody for you, like the gambling hotline, like the 1-800 gambling addiction, like that one?
No, man. You know what? I actually won $400. I don't post all my. I only post the big ones. I don't post all the small ones. The small, $300-400. That's small. If I win something like $2,000, $1,000, I'll post it and make myself look good. But I don't never post the 200, the 300, 400 ones, that ones. Anyways, I'm actually gonna go. You funny as hell, bro.
I am.
I actually was driving down. I was actually driving down LaSalle the other day, and I saw a big billboard that said, "Are you really winning? Do you have a gambling problem?" And I thought to myself, like, hell yeah, I'm fucking winning. I won fucking $3,000 this past week, and I won $3,000 the past 4 weeks. Forget y'all. Anyways, I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals to do it again, baby. I like the game plan that they had with Jake Browning. I like the defense. I like the way they were running the football with Joe Mixon. He ran the football with some nastiness last week. Now, I know that they are going to have some injuries, I think, on the defensive end, right? in the back in defensive backfield. If I'm not mistaken, they had a couple injuries there. So that might hurt them, but then nobody on the Colts outside of Michael Pittman really scares me and JT. You know what I mean? Gardner Minshew's just nice and all that.
Don't
But yeah,
disrespect Alec Pierce like that. Don't you disrespect Alec Pierce like that.
man, forget that, man.
Man,
He's
ain't nobody
slow
care
Come
about
on,
Alec
man.
Pierce. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody
ain't
care.
nobody cared about him, brother. I'm gonna go with the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. I like the game plan that Zach Taylor had for Jake Browning. He's one of those guys that I think he's really accurate. He's got a stronger arm than what people think, and he got a little bit of what we saw out of Brock Purdy last season in him. And I think we could see that with the Cincinnati Bengals. Don't let him win another one. Like I said, don't let him win another one, because if he wins another one, now that's a guy with confidence right there. And so he wins another one. He's got confidence. You got a few more weeks in the season left. He can reel off a few more weeks, and he can get that wild card slot in the AFC. Next game we got on the slate, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars going into Cleveland, and somehow, man, Cleveland. I mean, they're still afloat, even though they lost to the Los Angeles Rams 36-19. We might start to see the wheels start to fall off here down the stretch of the season with like poor quarterback play. But both these teams coming off losses 34-31. We just mentioned it for Jacksonville in overtime, and the Cleveland Browns 36-19 against the LA Rams, where Cooper Kupp had himself a nice little game as well. Last time these two teams played was November 29th of 2020. Can you guess the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars at that time?
You said 2020?
Mm-hmm.
Was that mentioned?
And they lost this game. They lost this game, by the way, 27-25 to the Browns.
That was mentioned.
No, it was actually a quarterback that used to quarterback for the Chicago Bears. I think this might have been after the fact. After the fact that he left the Chicago Bears. Mike Glennon.
Oh, yeah. He was going by this.
Mike Glennon. I think this is the year before. I think this might have been Trevor Lawrence. Was this his rookie year?
No, he was not there yet.
He was not there yet. So this might have been the year before his rookie year. Mike Glennon was there, 20-35, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Baker Mayfield was the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns at the time. This is the last time I think the Cleveland Browns had made the playoffs. Was this season, 2020, with Baker Mayfield this year. With that year. Yeah. Anyways, I'll start with you, TJ. How do you see this one playing out? Jacksonville 8-4, Cleveland 7-5.
Well, obviously, one team has the best defense in the league. The other one has probably top 10 in Jacksonville. It's just a matter of which quarterback can put their defense in the best place to be successful. And if I'm Cleveland, you probably try not Joe Flacco again. And if you're Jacksonville, obviously that's not Trevor Lawrence that's taking snaps this Sunday. It's CJ Beathard. Myles Garrett versus Josh Allen. Who can raise Mo Hill? That's gonna be fun. It is, huh? Give me Jacksonville in the close one.
Yeah, I'm with TJ. I'm taking Jacksonville as well. There's just a lot of uncertainty with this Cleveland offense. I can't necessarily say that about Jacksonville, because you have Calvin Ridley, you have Evan Ingram. I think they're going to use Travis Etienne in different capacities, because Cleveland's going to box up that run. They're going to get him the ball, on pitches, maybe some direct snaps. I could even see Jacksonville running a wildcat in this game. And you haven't seen that in a while, but they're going to find different ways to get him the ball. But is Trevor Lawrence playing in this one? That's the
high ankle sprain. I would think not.
No.
Yeah,
I would think not. I would think he's out for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, hell no, bro. High ankle sprain, he out at least a month.
Yeah, that's why I said 3 weeks, like the shortest time frame is 3 weeks. I mean, I had a high ankle sprain when I was in high school real bad. When I had a 300-pound fucking lineman fall on my damn leg, I had a high ankle sprain, and I was back in 2-3 weeks. So, they got the best medicine, sports medicine that, the world can, offer them in the NFL. So I'm going to be optimistic and say 3 weeks. He'll be back just before the end of the regular season. I'm actually going to go with the Cleveland Browns this week. That defense is so dominant. I mean, this is going to be, I think it's not even going to be a high scoring game in my opinion. I think both teams are going to struggle offensively. I think whoever can run the football the best might win this. Whoever's more physical and whoever can run the football the best wins. I think the Cleveland Browns will run the football better, and they have been running the football better than the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 1-2 punch of Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt has been solid this year. So give me the Cleveland Browns at home to win. And like I said, man, they just keep staying alive here in the playoff picture in the AFC. Next game we got on the slate, we got the Houston Texans, 7-5 Houston Texans coming off a win against the Denver Broncos, 22-17, going against the lowly New York Jets, coming off a loss against the Atlanta Falcons, 13-8. Last time these two teams played was November 28th of 2021, where the New York Jets won that game. I start with you, Christian. Who do you got winning this game?
TJ, can I say it for you?
I said it when you said it.
TJ, can I hear it again?
Well, I guess I'll be the only one to say something. Yeah, the Houston Texans are going to win this.
The only good thing about this one is potentially watching Sauce Gardner against Nico Collins. That'll probably be like the most entertaining part of this game. Other than that,
anyways, next game we have on the slate, we have the Baltimore Ravens, the Los Angeles Rams going in, the 6-6 Los Angeles Rams coming off of a W against the Cleveland Browns. They're on a 3-game win streak, by the way, going into the Baltimore Ravens home. Baltimore coming off a bye week with their last win coming off of a nice win against Los Angeles Chargers in LA, 20-10. I'll start with you, TJ. How do you see this one coming out? How do you see this one playing out? This another Christian.
Z, it's that time. Is he? It's that
he
time,
got
baby.
He got more faith.
You got more. Okay, here we go. 1,
2, 3.
Shameless plug number one, baby.
Look, the Rams are playing some good football right now. I think they're playing a lot better than a lot of people expected. Matthew Stafford, he's kind of turned back the time a little bit. Puka Nacua, they've really built this offense around him. And your former guy, he's been carrying the rock out the backfield. Kyron Williams, I think you know a thing or two about Kyron.
Yeah, Notre Dame, University of Notre Dame, baby.
This defense is young, but they played well, and they still have Aaron Donald. And then as far as the Ravens, I wasn't really impressed with them a couple of weeks ago against the Chargers. Yeah, their defense did enough, but I didn't like what I saw from their offense. I preview this one tomorrow. Be on the lookout for it.
Be on the lookout. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm actually gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens, man. I mean, the Rams have been playing well. They've been running the football. I do agree with you. I didn't like what I saw of the Baltimore Ravens against the Los Angeles Chargers, especially against that defense. But I think that having a week off is really gonna help. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Los Angeles Rams. Next game we have on the slate, and this is the NFC North Division rivalry game. The Detroit Lions, 9-3, coming off of a fresh win against the New Orleans Saints, 33-28, going against the 4-8 Chicago Bears, coming off a bye week, feeling rejuvenated here. These two. Is this not the first? This is not the first time they played. This is the first time. No. They played. This is the second time they played. When did they play?
19th.
Earlier.
19th.
Yeah, the 19th. Yeah, well, they won 31-26 in Chicago. Oh no, it was in Detroit. In that game, that was a game that the Bears should have won. Should have won that game. Bad coaching. That was the bad coaching game, right? Where I kind of went off on the TJ, go ahead.
A lot of should have won the last 2-3 years for the Chicago Bears. In my heart is taking advantage of my head right now because I'm picking the Bears to win. Right, I rarely pick against my team. Hate them, love them, they my team. I'm gonna ride with them till I'm no longer breathing on this earth. That being said, the Chicago Bears under Matt Eberflus have never won more than they've never had a 2-game winning streak. They've never won back-to-back games. I love the way the defense is playing since he's taken over. I think they're 9th in total defense since he's taken over, which is quietly, that's great. The only issue is it hasn't translated into winning, and at the end of the day, that goes back, like they blame that on the quarterback because that's just what this league is now. Everything goes right, you give the quarterback praise. Everything goes wrong, you blame the quarterback. And I'm sorry, but like the quarterback didn't give up. He didn't give up 75 yards in 76 seconds, and that was that. Like that wasn't him. Noah Lee McNeil for the Lions. That's a huge loss. That's a huge loss for them. So I don't know who they're going to have man the trenches right there at that position. But give me the Bears. I obviously wouldn't be surprised at all if the Lions won this, and they probably clinch with a win, right? If they win Sunday, they probably clinch.
Yeah. I think they might clinch the division. They might need another win.
Another win might do it.
Yeah, because wait, they're 9-6 right now. The Packers are 6-6.
They're 9-3. They're 9-3.
9-3 right now. 9-3. The Packers are 6-5, or no, 6 and whatever the hell, 6-6, and the Minnesota Vikings are 6-6. So you might be right. They might clinch with this win.
They might clinch
with this win. They might clinch with this win. Because there's only 4 weeks after this, 4 more games after this week.
Yeah, they got to clinch after this.
Yeah.
Give me and also if you're the Bears, you come into this game like, hey,
no, they may need another win. They may need another win because the Packers, because the Packers hold the tiebreaker. Well, depends on who's the tiebreaker because they split with them, so it's going to be a whole bunch of different scenarios. But they may need 11 wins to clinch. I think that's the magic number.
11. Because if you're the Bears, you're looking at this like, hey, man, we let one get away.
Yeah, and I think the key for the Lions here, Jared Goff has to take care of the ball.
Yes.
When he's good, the Lions are good. When he doesn't take care of the ball, the Lions struggle. I think the Lions win this one, but I think the Bears are going to keep this one close like they did the last time.
Make them sweat a little bit.
Yeah. Especially going into the fourth quarter, TJ. Just like what we saw in Detroit.
This is the interception game where Jared Goff was throwing all those interceptions against the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Interceptions against them. I think it's going to be a little bit more of the same. I think the Detroit Lions are going to lose this game. They're going to split with the Chicago Bears. I think the Detroit Lions are going to turn the ball over. I think some about the Bears defense has been solid.
They've been flying to the ball like crazy.
Flying to the ball the last 3-4 weeks. And I like what I saw out of Detroit. They're not scared of Detroit. And I think at home they have a little bit more juice. And the Bears, for what it's worth, if the Bears could win out the rest of the season, they may have a shot at, making the wild card. I think they want to, but I think they have a little bit of that, not angst, but they want to get that get back, right? Because they knew how close they were against beating Detroit the last game. So I think they come out on fire. I think that Justin Fields has a good game. I think this Detroit team just has a lot of holes in it for us to consider them one of the best NFC teams or one of the best NFL teams. I mean, I think in the power rankings they're in the top 5. They have a lot of holes defensively, man.
It's an echo in here because Christian, he say the same thing.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Because look, they were up 21-0 in New Orleans the other day, and they let the Saints come back. They didn't look great against the Packers, and if I'm being real here, they didn't look good against the Bears the first time. You know what? Y'all convinced me. I'm
You go with the Chicago Bears too?
I'm going with TJ Hopkins. Bear down, baby.
Bear down, baby.
Bear down. I actually, man, I've been rooting for the Bears the last couple of weeks because they've been helping my team out. Kind of get closer and closer. Hey, I don't think the Packers are going to win the division, but they've just been getting closer and closer. So yeah, I like the Chicago Bears, and they beat up the Detroit Lions. They beat them up pretty bad before we had to face them. You know what I mean? So like let me go with this Chicago Bears. Anyways, next game we got on the slate, we got the Carolina Panthers going into New Orleans to face the Saints, and I don't even think I even have to ask you guys. This a yeah. I already knew what it was. Yeah, nobody cares about this game. New Orleans, give me New Orleans for the win. They pick up another one. I think they are 5-6. Oh no, 5-7. So they're one game out of the NFC South. So they move up to 6-7 on the year. Next game we got on the slate, we got the 6-6 Minnesota Vikings going into the Death Star, the Las Vegas, going against the Las Vegas Raiders, going into Allegiant Stadium. We don't know who the quarterback is going to be. Minnesota coming off a bye week as well from that loss to the Chicago Bears, and the Las Vegas Raiders coming off a bye week from that loss against the Kansas City Chiefs. The last time these two teams played was September 22nd, 2019. The Minnesota Vikings won that one 34-14. Derek Carr versus Kirk Cousins in that game, as the Minnesota Vikings won that game. I don't know who the quarterback's going to be, who's going to be starting. I don't know if it's going to be Jaren Hall or if it's going to be Josh Dobbs. We do know that the Las Vegas Raiders are probably going to have Aiden O'Connell as the quarterback this week. So how do you see this one shaking out? I'll start with you, Christian.
Kind of seems like Josh Dobbs has come back down to reality, because you saw what the Bears did to him last Monday night. Is Justin Jefferson back yet? But is he?
That would help out a lot if he is. And this is the first game out of 3:00 slate too, by the way.
I'm gonna go Minnesota here because I don't trust the Raiders defense. I think the Raiders have also come back down to reality too, because once they fire Josh McDaniels, Antonio Pierce takes over, and you just see a sense of urgency amongst the Raiders. But you know they've quietly come back down to reality these last few weeks. I think the Vikings get a win on the road. They need to bounce back. They've lost 2 very tough games.
TJ.
Yeah. I think this could go either way too, Christian.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's. I don't know. I feel like if the Raiders can establish Josh Jacobs early, they can win. Give me the Raiders by 3. Raiders by a field goal.
Raiders by a field goal. I'm actually going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. I think getting a week. I don't trust the fact that he's going to assess the quarterback situation, put Jaren Hall in there when he really doesn't have that many snaps or reps. And this is the reason why you brought Josh Dobbs in there. Yeah, he's having a bad rough little patch, but I think a week off will kind of clear Josh Dobbs. Give me the Minnesota Vikings to win this football game here on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders. Next game we got on the slate, we got the 6-6 Seattle Seahawks coming off of a tough loss on 11th. Was it 11:30? Was that last Sunday? Was that Sunday night?
That was Thursday night to Dallas.
That was Thursday night Thursday night. 41-35 Thursday night against the Dallas Cowboys. And then they're going against the San Francisco 49ers, who coming off that nice big victory, 42-19 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Really wasn't close. Last time these two teams played was November 23rd, earlier on this year, just a few weeks back, 2023, where the San Francisco 49ers jumped all over the Seattle Seahawks 31-13. In that game, Brock Purdy 21-30, 209 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Geno Smith didn't have his best game, 18-27, 180 yards, 1 interception. And that was the Charvarius Ward game, because he literally shut down DK Metcalf. 3 receptions, 32 yards on the game. Deebo Samuel was the leading receiver in that game, where Christian McCaffrey had 114 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. I will start with you, TJ. How do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, San Fran. They both got similar styles of offense, but it's a situation of our guy in San Fran. Like our guys are just straight up better than your guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's plain and simple. Like I don't care how like you can run the same stuff we run or try to. Our guys are better than your guys. Plain and simple. Give me the Raiders at home, 2 touchdowns.
Ooh, Christian.
I like the 49ers. I think this is the best team in the National Football League right now. I mean, they're clicking on all cylinders, and when they have it clicking, they're such a tough out. I don't think Kenneth Walker III is gonna be in this game. I think he's still hurt, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the 49ers are just rolling, but they have to put that win in Philly last week behind them and focus on what's in front of them because teams, unfortunately, have a tendency to still celebrate what you did the previous week, riding high coming into the game. They can't do that, but I think Kyle Shanahan's going to keep them level.
Next game, who do I got in this game? I got the San Francisco 49ers, man. They're the best team in football right now. Defense playing well, offense. And it looked like, I mean, they were coming off of what? That was a 3-game losing streak. They had that bye week, and they just got right. It seems like they did go to grandma's house and got right. You know what I mean? Right? So they came back, and now they're on, what, a 3-game winning streak where they've blown out the Dallas Cowboys. They blew out the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, and they blew out the Philadelphia Eagles in a get-back game from last year's NFC Championship game. I don't see anything else, happening here in this game. Next game we have on the slate, and this is probably one of the games of the week. We have the 6-6 Buffalo Bills going into the 8-4 Kansas City Chiefs. Two rivals in the AFC. Last time they played was last year, October 16th, 2022, at Arrowhead, as the Buffalo Bills came in there and stole a victory 24-20. How do you see this one playing out? I'll start with you, Christian.
Come on, David. You know what's coming, baby.
Called you David.
Hold on. All right, David. Hold on, son.
Hold
on. Trap.
My bad, dog. Come on, Izzy. You already know what we got to do here. 1.
Here we go.
2, 3. Shameless
plug number
2, baby. Look, I love this matchup. I've had the privilege to preview every one since 2020, from the first meeting in Orchard Park to the AFC Championship and that epic playoff game that they played in what was it, during the 2021-22 season, if I'm not mistaken. Look,
Patrick Mahomes went down there 14 seconds, tied the game up.
Look, I'm gonna say this. TJ and I were talking about this, and TJ knows what I'm about to say. There have been 3 separate occasions where Josh Allen has marched his team down the field, right? And he's put the ball in the end zone, and the defense let him down every single time. This happened in Foxborough against the Patriots. It happened against Denver on Monday night, and it happened in Philly a couple of weeks ago. Is Josh Allen all of the problem? No. He's some of the problem because he can't take care of the damn ball. But we're not going to put this all on him because Josh doesn't play defense.
Talk to him.
I'm just saying. Kansas City, I haven't been impressed with them, if I'm being completely real with you. And I never thought I would say these words to you guys. The Chiefs' offense let their defense down the other day. Like, the Chiefs' defense is what kept them in the game. It was their offense that couldn't get much of anything going. Man, I can't wait to preview this one. I preview it on Thursday. Be on the lookout for it.
TJ.
Yeah, for the Skip Bayless said this on First Take after the not First Take, on Undisputed after the game the other night, and he's like, for the first time in a long time, they look like they missed Tyreek Hill. For the first time in a long time, they look like they missed Tyreek Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And
they've been missing him all season.
But at the same token, look how long it took somebody to say that statement. Tyreek Hill been in Miami going on 2 years now.
And he's the front runner for MVP.
Honestly, I think last year they got away with it because just how well Juju Smith-Schuster played last season. For them. They don't really have that. I mean, they have the rookie Rashee Rice, but he doesn't put in those big games. You got MVS who's I mean, I know I can say this. I mean, there should have been a pass interference against the Packers, but the week before, I mean, he catches
He
not the
catches
week
that
before, but
pass.
2 weeks prior, he
Yeah,
could have caught that one pass, right?
against the
Where it
Eagles.
was a deep ball. So they're just dropping balls. There's no one on the outside that scares you. They literally are damn near triple teaming Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
that's what you have to do. Nah, this is what I would do if I'm a defender playing against Kansas City. I'll let Kelsey get his all the way
Yeah.
until they get to the red zone. Then I'm taking him away.
Then I'm taking them away.
mhm.
But at the same time, Christian, you do that, and like you can argue that if you do that, it might be too late because
Mhm.
if he's carving you up all driving, all of a sudden you get to the red zone, and then you try to take him away, then it might be a case of too little, too late because him and Pat Mahomes got that thing going, and what you gonna do then, right? I think this just goes back to I think I'm putting this all on the front office. Like you knew the receiving room was an issue outside of Travis Kelce and an occasional Rashee Rice sighting here and there, and you had opportunities to go get a a DeAndre Hopkins to
And
call a
you didn't do it.
and you didn't do it to call a Chicago and get a Darnell Mooney, somebody who can get open and catch the ball, and you didn't do it. To call a Washington, right? Get a Terry McLaurin or a Curtis Samuel, and you didn't do it. Like you had chances to
Mhm.
improve this receiver room, and you didn't do it. So as much as I want to pick, I want to pick Buffalo so bad. I want to pick Buffalo so I swear to God I do. Mostly because Buffalo needs it. Like I think Buffalo needs this game more than Kansas City needs it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this could be a potential elimination game for the Buffalo Bills, but they've been so bad on the road this year. They've only won one game, and that's when they beat up on the Commanders. But then again, they were such a different team then because I just saw urgency with them. It just seems like ever since that New England game, guys, the intensity has just kind of been sucked out of them, almost like they're not the same team. They already have issues going on. I mean, I know this Von Miller thing is going to be lingering with them. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
there's a lot.
I ain't want to touch on that because it's like, my God, dude.
No, man, that is pretty remarkable as well. You see all the troubles that go around in the league. I mean that can be a serious issue next season. To be
Hmm.
honest with you, for him,
Yeah,
that could be a career
he don't
ender.
need. Listen, he don't need to go to grandma's house. He needs to go to hell.
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I don't even want to speak on that. He just, dumb as a box of rocks for that one. But yeah, no, if I have to pick, a team to win this football game, man, I'm actually gonna go with the Buffalo Bills to go into Arrowhead and beat the Kansas City Chiefs
Like,
again. I don't like
man,
what I see from the Kansas City Chiefs, to be honest with you. No consistent
it's like
offense.
you got two teams coming off games they felt like they should have won. Buffalo,
Mhm.
last time we saw them, they was getting they lost to Philly, and Christian brought it up. They should have won that one. Josh Allen did his job, right? He went down, got the lead twice. I might add
Mhm.
twice in regulation and in OT twice, right?
Mhm.
And then you got Kansas City feeling like, hey, they call that PI. That puts the ball at like the 12-yard line, and then hey, now it changes the outlook on everything. So
Right.
it's just gonna come down to between these two dudes, who wants it more, who's more angry, and oh, give me Buffalo. I don't feel good about it though.
Yeah, give me Buffalo as well to win that football game. Next game we got on the state. This is the last game out of the 3 o'clock games. We got the Denver Broncos 6-6 coming off of L to Houston, breaking their 5 game win streak that they had, 22-17. And we got the Los Angeles Chargers at 5-7, coming off a win against the New England Patriots, 6-0. That is such a shame. Um, I'm serious. I'm all in serious. Like
I'm with you. I'm with you.
How do you only put up 6 points against the New England Patriots? Anyways, the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm just so damn disappointed in them. 5-7. They really need a victory here. Last time this is the first game of the season between both of these two teams as well. Last time these two teams played was the end of the season, right? January 8th, 2023. Where the Denver Broncos were 5-12, went into the beat them in Mile High at the last game of the season, beat them 31-28. I'll start with you, TJ. How do you see this one playing out?
I don't like either one of these. I'm just playing.
For real. I mean, Russell Wilson playing better than. Justin Herbert's having an okay season, but I really don't know what the hell's going on with Los Angeles. To be honest to be quite frank with you, I mean, is Mike Williams going down that bad?
At the end of the day, it all comes down to coaching, because that's why you drafted Johnston, right? In the event
hamburger hands, T-Rex arms.
Cannot make my point. You disrespectful. Some of them. Man, pre-draft I was talking mad. Anyways, go ahead. Disrespectful. Some of them like you all sorts of some of them now. But that's why it comes down to coaching, because you drafted him with the anticipation of one of these two dudes is going to get hurt, and Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, and we can't have what we had last season with our number 2 or 3 guys trying to play out of position, being the number 3 guys playing number 2, number 2's playing number 1. You can't have that. I looked up Quinn Johnston's numbers, and don't get me wrong, he is partly to blame. That man only has 20-some catches, 250 yards, and 1 touchdown. That's it. And it's week 14. That's it. All right. Just to put it in emphasis, Puka Nacua had that in 1 game. I'm exaggerating, but yeah. He had Quinn Johnston's season stats over the course of 2 or 3 games. So Quinn Johnston is he is a bit to blame for his bad rookie season. But that's, at the end of the day, it also comes back down to coaching, because you got this guy. It ain't like he little. Quinn Johnston every bit of 6'4".
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why did it take Mike Williams getting down for you to play him more?
And he's fast as heck too. I mean, we saw him take last year at TCU. We saw him take screen passes all the way to the house, to the point where we were comparing him to a Megatron, which I don't even want to be disrespectful and put them two in the same sentence ever again in my life. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and I think it has something to do with he just hasn't adapted. I mean, his route tree, Christian. You could allude to this, and even you, TJ, because you watch college football. His route tree at TCU was take this screen pass and do whatever you can do with it, or go. We're gonna run you on a crosser, or we're gonna run you on a go route. That was his route tree. In the NFL, you got to do way more than that. And Puka Nacua is.
It's also at the same time. It was bubble screens, quick slants, quick outs, go routes.
Yeah.
That's all he ran. That's all he ran at TCU. But at the end, but you can get away with that at TCU. Why? Because you're 6'5", right? You're in the big, and because you're 6'4", 220, and the other DB's got to be like, damn, I got to give this guy 8 yards of cushion, because he's gonna eat that up real fast. All right. In the NFL, everybody fast, and the coaches are smarter. Defenses are more complicated. So that's why that's why Brandon Staley is on the hot seat. And I swear to God, the Chargers. I know the rumors. I hope y'all know the rumors too, that Bill Belichick finna be the next Charger head coach. Don't do it.
Honestly, I think if Bill was the next head coach for the Chargers, I think he'd know what the hell he's doing. I think he'd probably hire Mike McDaniels. or not Mike McDaniels, Josh McDaniels. I think he'd bring in a bunch of Patriot guys, and I think he'll turn that Los Angeles Chargers. I don't know. We'll see. But I think it'll rejuvenate Bill a little bit if he goes to LA. To LA. Yeah. I was gonna say San Diego, but yeah, LA. Christian.
So a legend's gonna be in the building for this one. The Chargers are retiring Antonio Gates' number.
Oh, they can't lose. They can't lose.
They can't lose. They can't, but they're going to. Because look, Russell.
He say they can't, but they're going to.
But they're going to. Because I don't trust the Chargers. Like, I really don't. TJ, you've heard me go on rants before about the Chargers. Like, I don't trust them. Seriously. I almost feel bad for Justin Herbert because they put everything on him similarly to how the Bills put everything on Josh Allen. Don't have that consistent running game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're asking Justin to do everything, and he doesn't have a defense that can put his offense in a prime position. I like Denver to bounce back here because Denver knows they looked horrible.
I mean, what's being lost on this Charger season is the rejuvenation of Khalil Mack. That man has 15 sacks, and no one's talking about.
He's killing it this season.
Yeah, he's been balling. He's been balling.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just sad. Like, first off, I love the fact that he's balling again. I miss him here. Hey, Bears fans, yeah, I remember. I 100% remember when y'all couldn't wait for Khalil Mack to get going. I remember. I'm old enough to remember that.
Can you imagine Khalil Mack and Josh Sweat right now?
Woo! Boy,
that'd be scary. That'd be like Fredo in the cut. That's a scary sight. Let's go. Anyways, next game we got on the slate, we got Sunday night. Shout out, rest in peace, Fredo Santana on that one. Next game we got on the slate, we got Sunday Night Football. The 10-2 Philadelphia Eagles coming off of that drubbing against the San Francisco 49ers, 42-19. Going into Jerry's world, going against their rival, the Dallas Cowboys, at 9-3. The last time these two teams played was November 5th games, just a few weeks ago, a month ago today they played. As the Philadelphia Eagles squeaked out a close one, 28-23. In that game, Dak Prescott was 29-44, 374 yards, 3 touchdowns. He just did everything he could. Jalen Hurts, 17-23, 207 yards and 2 touchdowns. And it came down to, the Cowboys were coming down on that last possession, and they pretty much shot themselves in the foot and lost that football game against the Philadelphia Eagles. I will start with you, Christian, because I already know what's coming.
Come on,
it's probably the game of the week.
Izzy, let's go. Izzy, 1, 2, 3. Shameless
plug number 3,
baby. The Eagles got humbled last week. I mean, I think they needed that because you just can't turn it on and you can't turn it off whenever you want to. And to me, that's been the problem for the Eagles this year. Dallas, I love what I'm seeing from Dak because they're not having him do too much, nor are they having him do too little. Mm-hmm. He's right in between. It's that happy medium. And this Dallas defense, they're going to be motivated to get one for Dak, I feel. Does Jalen Hurts play? I think that's the question that we're all going to be watching.
He cleared concussion protocol in the game.
Yeah. I preview this one on Friday. Be on the lookout.
At the same time, Izzy, David brought up an interesting point. I ain't never seen nobody clear concussion protocol that damn fast.
He ain't wrong.
He ain't wrong either. He is not wrong about that. He is not wrong about that. And the fact that hold on, Christian, TJ, even the fact that they were on the 2-yard line, they ain't even run the tush push.
No.
On like 2nd and goal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even run that play, and that's an automatic touchdown right there. And he had to throw that ball to Devontae Smith on that, on like 3rd down or something like that.
Like that. So if I'm the league, hey, I'm 100% looking into that because he went down, and 3 snaps by Marcus Mariota later, he back in the game. Like, hold on, what kind of concussion test y'all get him? That being said, Dallas is winning this game.
What color? What they said? What color your jersey is? Green.
Green. All right, you good?
Good, all right, go ahead.
Like, what day of the week is it? Sunday? Who you playing today? The 49ers? All right, you good. You get back out there. Like, no, give me Dallas. Christian and I don't think y'all were here for when we did the Cowboys season preview. It was just, I think that was just me and David. I picked Dallas to win the division.
Oh, this is a big one for
right
you.
There. They right there. Dallas really needs this.
I picked Dallas to win the division, and I doubled down by saying Dallas was going to the Super Bowl. They was my Super Bowl pick.
Hold on. Now, if they lose this game, is this? I believe this is going to be 4 in a row. If they lose this game, this will be 4 in a row that they've dropped to Philadelphia, right?
Nah, because
they won 1-1 last year.
Yeah, they split.
Okay, they won 1-1 last year.
Because it was kind of a what you call it. It was kind of a asterisk next to both because when Philly played them the first go round, Cooper Rush was the quarterback, and then when Dallas played them the second go round, Gardner Minshew was the quarterback. So it was like both teams beat the opposing team's backup, and everybody's like, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dallas was my pick to win They was my pick to win the division. It was my pick to win to go to and win the Super Bowl. And Micah Parsons was my DPOY candidate.
Yeah, he was my pick to win Defensive Player of the Year as well. So,
but all of that being said, if there's one quarterback that has an argument for MVP,
it's Dak.
It's Dak. It is 100% Dak Prescott. Quiet as kept. It ain't quiet no more. Dak has outplayed Jalen Hurts all season. He's outplayed him all season. Folks don't want to hear that though, but it's the truth. Dak has outplayed. It's the truth. Dak has outplayed Jalen Hurts all season. He outplayed him in the first game.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, absolutely right.
He outplayed him in the first game. Give me Dallas to win this one at the crib, and they take over the division because there would be no tiebreaker because this would be the split.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys as well at home. Man, you know this team. They've been putting up numbers at home. I think they're what's the record? I think they might have. I don't think they've lost at home yet this season.
No, they haven't.
They haven't lost at home yet this season. They play with a different bravado when they're at home. So give me the Dallas Cowboys to win this football game. I don't even think it'll be close. I think the way Philly played, I think they might drop this by double-digit scores. The way they played against San Francisco. But we'll see. Next game we got on the slate, we got 2 Monday night football games here on the slate. And I don't think either one of them may be worth talking, but I think Christian might want to talk about this with me. We got the 6-6 Green Bay Packers going into East Rutherford, New Jersey to play Christian's New York Football Giants. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers coming off a big win against the Kansas City Chiefs, and the New York Giants on a 2-game winning streak. Last game they won. They're coming off a bye week, 10-7. Last time these two teams played, they were across the pond at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England. Early October game where the New York Giants won that one, 27-22, early in the season. I'll start with you, TJ. How do you see this one playing out?
We got Tommy Cutlet. My bad. Oh no. No. Hey, real talk. Jordan Love has been balling, but I've had the same argument all season. Jordan Love has no choice but to ball. Like that's the only option he has. He can't be bad. He can't afford to be bad. He can't afford to be up and down. He has to ball. And the last 3 games, he's been phenomenal. He's been exactly what they've asked him for. And it looks like the coaching staff has kind of, let the reins loose a little bit. And they go into a new game. It's like, all right, we're going to give you a bit more freedom than we gave you last week. All right, now we're going to give you a bit more freedom than we gave you the previous 2 weeks, and so on and so forth. The Packers should win this game going away. All right, like they should just win this game going away on the simple fact that they can make Tommy DeVito's life hell. Like, come on. It's Tommy DeVito, and I ain't gonna say I love Tommy DeVito. I respect Tommy DeVito. He an Illinois kid. I watched the last couple of years of his career here, and nothing, and no disrespect to Tommy DeVito, but nothing about him screamed NFL quarterback. Nothing. I watched him. Nothing about him screamed NFL quarterback. The fact that he's made it this far and he's doing what he's doing, like he has some wins under his belt as an NFL quarterback, it's legit what they make movies out of. Give me the Packers, and I don't expect this to be close. If the Packers let this game be close, shame on them.
Christian,
I'm taking Green Bay. Green Bay
Like,
is just
come on,
automatic.
man.
Green Bay is just automatic in December. I love that Packers pass rush, and I think that's going to be the difference.
and LaFleur undefeated in December.
Yeah.
Now, bulk of that is with Aaron Rodgers. So I ain't giving him no credit for that, nigga. You had Aaron Rodgers. You better win. You better win. Hey, Stephen A. Smith said the same thing. So Stephen A. Smith in the same way, he's like, man, you had Aaron Rodgers. I don't care about you undefeated in December when the bulk of that is Aaron Rodgers, 16-0 in the month of December. Yeah, you had a lot of that. A lot of that is Aaron Rodgers, man. Come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that. Your turn. Come on.
Oh, you already know, man. Look,
Come on, man. You know who he's taking.
come on. You know who I'm taking, man. You know I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, the only thing that's stopping the Green Bay Packers from the only thing that's stopping the Green Bay Packers from being dominant in some of these games is Joe Barry and his play calling. I mean, we almost lost the game to Kansas City because we started playing prevent defense. Prevent defense prevents wins. Okay, that's all prevent defense does. Especially when
that's a bar.
Yeah,
that's a
is
bar.
That a bar?
That's a bar.
because when it's only a one score game, why the hell are you only rushing 3? And why the hell are you guys, why are you playing like curl zones when they're throwing out to the flat? I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. But I'll say this, man. Those first round picks are starting to key in and lock in. We saw Lucas Van Ness play some good football last week. Definitely, Rashawn Gary's been playing some great football. And yes, I'll touch on Jordan Love just for a little bit. Yeah, he's been looking great. I mean, we're starting to see the evolution, the development start to really kick in here for Jordan Love. He's starting to make those throws that we're privy to seeing with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. Now, I'm not saying he's Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. I'm saying he's Jordan Love. But the one thing that I do like is that with the Green Bay Packers, and this is where we didn't see with Aaron Rodgers last year, is that he's growing in development with a young wide receiver core, right? As opposed to Aaron Rodgers, where he was a veteran and he's like, damn, this dumb, he just ran around route. I'm so sick of these young 1 and 2 year wide receiver young guys, as opposed to Jordan Love. He's not going to do that, right? Jordan Love is not going to roll his eyes at those guys. He's a leader and hold them accountable.
He's also not in the position to
do that.
Aaron, the difference between the two guys is really simple. When Aaron Rodgers had Devontae Adams, there was no hand holding. He didn't have to do that. Devontae Adams leaves. Now it's damn. Now I got to hold Christian Watson's hand. I got to hold Romeo Dobbs' hand. I gotta hold their hands, and I'm not in a position to be holding hands. Damn it, I'm trying to win now.
Win a Super Bowl. Right. I'm 37, 38 years old. So I think that the Green Bay Packers are starting to see that development from Jordan Love. And I think there was, and speaking of holding hands, I think Matt LaFleur was holding his hand,
Yeah.
early on in the season. He was, with the play calling. And now you're starting to see him open up the play calling. You're saying, kid, we're going to open up the playbook and we just going to let you rip. Something that, I want to say about your team, TJ, the Chicago Bears, that's what Luke Getsy and the Chicago Bears need to do with Justin Fields. They need to just say, hey, F it, and just open up the playbook and let the kid rip. And so that's what they're doing with Jordan Love, and you're starting to see what the kid can do. I like the Green Bay Packers, but I did say this about the New York Giants, though. I said this, man. I said, man, hey, look, that defense has been playing physical, Christian. And so, and I want to say this, man. This guy that I'm about to say, Bobby Okereke, doesn't get a lot of love, but I'm gonna show him some love. That dude is one of the most physical linebackers in the league.
He's been a man amongst boys on that defense this year.
He has been. I every time he hits somebody, I feel it, and I'm like, damn, I'm not even playing.
So my question, Christian, is so like games like this, like nationally televised games, are they still on like local TV, or do they just go national with it?
Nah, they've been on locally. Like the last couple of games have been on locally. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's almost like a television version of NyQuil because it'll put you to sleep. Damn. But no, they've been on.
See how he just suddenly slid that in there? Like,
I think this will be a closer game than usual. Going into East Rutherford, New Jersey, late in the season, or at this time of the season, isn't an easy one. But yeah, the Packers have been money in December, so give me the Green Bay Packers. But I think it'll be a closer one than people anticipate. I think if the New York Giants can run the football, and they're coming off that bye week as well, so Saquon's a little healthier this week.
He's real talk. The Kansas City Chiefs did. They did gouge y'all up on the run game.
Gouge them up with Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco did have over 100 yards rushing. So, yeah, if I'm the Giants, that's the game plan. Early and often, feed Saquon, feed whoever else calls himself a running back for the New York Giants.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the last game we got on the slate for the Monday Night Football to close out Week 14 is the 4-8 Tennessee Titans coming off a overtime loss, 31-28 against Indianapolis Colts, going in to Miami to face the Legion of Speed. I said that might have been the Legion of Speed in Kansas City, but it's the Legion of Speed in Miami, definitely for sure. 45-15, they came off that win against Washington. 9-3 Dolphins, looking like one of the best teams in the AFC. Last time these two teams played was last year. 2 years ago. Sorry, not last year, but it was 2 years ago. When the Tennessee Titans were prime and ready going into the AFC playoffs. Then the last game of the season, 34-3, they beat the Miami Dolphins. How do you see this one playing out? I'll start with you, Christian.
I like Miami. They're just rolling right now. They're probably going to win the AFC East because Buffalo damn sure ain't doing it.
Yeah, they're not trying to. They're not trying to. TJ, you ain't even trying to waste your breath on this game, huh?
No, I just think the potential of not having Derrick Henry for the Titans just makes this all the much harder because that's how you slow down the high-powered offense. You keep them on the sideline, and if you don't have Derrick,
and also Will Levis, I think too, right?
Yeah, if you don't. All right, he got hurt.
Yeah, he did. Ryan Tannehill had to come in that game and finish it out.
I thought, did he?
Oh, yeah. Will Levis. Against Indianapolis. In that game, Ryan Tannehill had to come in, and I think he had to play a little bit of that game. For some reason, I don't know why somebody said that. I don't know why. I didn't even watch the game. No, he didn't. No, my bad. My mistake. Well, Ryan Tannehill didn't come in and play. I thought he did.
Regardless, the concern of Derrick Henry is still legit. I expect to get some kind of notification about that. The closer the Monday we get. So what's today? Wednesday.
Tannehill had to come in and fill in for the punter. Who got knocked out the game. Yeah, with that nasty injury. He had the hold and they missed the hold. They missed the hold and the dude missed the kick. The hold was off.
No Derrick Henry. That just makes this that much harder for the Titans. Because the only way Tyreek Hill can hurt you is if he's on the field. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins. Give me Tyreek Hill for what he do last week? 5 for 157.
150.
Yeah, give me. Yeah, he do the same thing. He do it again.
Man, yeah, no, give me the Dolphins hands down. I'm gonna count how many. I don't even know how many touchdowns they're gonna do. I'll say about 5-6 touchdowns they put on the board. Devin Achane had 2 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert had a touchdown. Tyreek Hill had 2 touchdowns. I mean, everybody was getting touchdowns. Like Oprah was giving out cars. So give me the Miami Dolphins to win this football game against the Tennessee Titans. Anyways, that's been a wrap, ladies and gentlemen, for Week 14. As we come back tomorrow with an edition of Fantasy Football Weekly. David will be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow as well. You guys like, share, and subscribe to the podcast at Fine Force Worldwide, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And in case you missed it, you can catch us on all streaming platforms the podcast could be heard. And also, don't forget to catch Christian on Christian's previews there on the dailyblitz.blog. Here, I forgot to drop that link in the comment section. I'll go ahead and drop it now for you guys, just so you guys don't miss that hot content this weekend, as Christian likes to drop, even on Fridays and Saturdays. I don't know about we'll talk about the college football playoff this Friday. Me and Christian will. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. You guys have a good night, and as I like to say, man, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Just in case I miss you.
Man, and he threw it off the backboard for me to just say one thing. Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy. Peace out, Christian TJ, and I will see you guys later on.
Yes, sir.
See ya.